Loyalty rates as low as 0.49%. So, before you decide your next SUV, come experience the Crosstrek for yourself. Visit your local Subaru dealership today. Welcome to Uncommon.
Recently, our company softball team lost the big game by 1 run. Then Dale tried to console us with the quote, "Winning isn't everything." Well, Dale and I are very different. I get early payout from Bet365. If my team goes up big, I get paid out instantly, even if they blow the lead later. Sound familiar, Dale? Thanks, Bet365.
If gambling is affecting your mental health or well-being, 211 Alberta is here to help. Call or text 211 or visit ab.211.ca. 18 plus only. T's and C's apply.
The Frenzy with Halley and Douglas on Sports 1440. Brought to you by Wilhuck Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
It's just after 11 o'clock. Good morning. Thank you for joining us here on The Frenzy, brought to you by Wilhuck Beef Jerky, the home of Alberta's best beef jerky. Online at wilhuckbeefjerky.com. Only available in Leduc. Connor Halley, Brandon Douglas, Josh Fenwick with you here, of course. You know, you can listen to us in so many different ways. The AM dial. You can listen on iHeartRadio, tune in, Radio Player Canada. You can head over to sports1440.ca. Check it out there. Or watch us, YouTube at Sports 1440 AM. We're also on Facebook, X, Instagram, and Twitch. Appreciate all of your guys' support and the subscribing and the likes. Goes a long way, so thank you very much. Text lines 1-833-401-1440 today on the show. Continuing our look around the NFL. And we're going alphabetical, as you all know. Went to LA yesterday for the Chargers. We'll go back down to LA today for the Rams. Blaine Grisak from Sports Illustrated going to join us to take a look at the LA Rams, who I would think have the maybe the highest expectations of any team in the NFL. They were very good. I'd say the second best team in the NFL last season. They just happened to run into the best team in the Seattle Seahawks in the postseason. They had an MVP. They got 2 damn good receivers, 2 good running backs. They got like 9 tight ends in camp. The defense added the best player in football, some might say, in Myles Garrett. Oh, and you might get a future Hall of Famer back into your lineup with Aaron Donald, a couple new corners. This team has a lot of hype, a lot of excitement. So we'll take a look at them. We've got 3 rounds. We've got the mailbox. Should be a fun show. The Blue Jays rolling right now.
Back?
Are the Jays? Well, they've been back for a while.
Mm.
Did they ever really go away?
There are still those that had already departed, like they'd written them off, and I was right there. I was teetering on it. I believe I did say it and then took it back and then maybe said it again that they were, it's a write-off season. It's over. There are some that even still are not quite ready yet to say it, but 3 wins in a row, chance to sweep the Red Sox today. One of the teams that you are, in theory, chasing, but you know that that's not realistic. It's that one wild card spot that 5 different teams are all vying for. But guess what? There's still a couple in front of you. 1.5 games back as of this morning. So you have to be at least, even the most pessimistic of Blue Jays fans, starting to turn a little bit towards the optimism side, saying, if the pitching can hold up with these injuries to the starters, the bats are actually coming alive a little bit. Who knows? This is a team with a lot of pedigree of playing their best when it matters most and things are on the line. I'm interested to see how they handle this last month or so of the season.
100%. And I mean, I think Jays fans heading into August, September, like they want hope, right? You want something to watch for. Duke's going out to Toronto to watch some games, wants them to be meaningful. Soriano yesterday, Duke, was throwing some heat. This guy just rips fastballs, struck out 4. this has to be exciting. It's one game, but I mean, you know, for this team to have him under contract and it's through 2028, I believe.
A lot of team control.
Yeah, that's encouraging for sure. Getting a good start out of him. And like you said, like the bats, we're getting 5-6 runs a game now. That could be enough if the pitching gets going.
Alejandro Kirk's kind of looking more like the player we came to know and appreciate the past few seasons with the stick. Miles Straw, now, you know, with the everyday player role since the departure of Dalton Varsho, has been an excellent bottom of the order bat that, you know, he's not going to be stroking home runs every second day, but just contact him. And listen, that's what made this group really successful at times last year, is just finding ways to manufacture runs. And that was on full display in the bottom of the 8th inning yesterday, where they were able to put up 5 and prove they needed all 5, because things got a little dicey in 9.
Yeah, you give up 3 in the top of the 9th. That wasn't ideal, but like you said, the hits coming. McAdoo had 2 leading off. Vlad gets 2.
Chucky McAdoo might be my new favorite player. Can I go trade in my now obsolete Dalton Varsho jersey for a Chucky McAdoo jersey?
Well, you should have done that social media post of, look what just came in.
yeah. Well, I would do that if I had it. It's not even in my possession. It's still in Delbert. I haven't even seen it, held it, nothing.
Well, and this is an official Toronto Blue Jays team store purchase, right?
Yeah, that's right, Bob.
So yeah, I'm sure they'll gladly return it.
You can't tell it apart from the real ones. It's too good.
There's so much to talk about. We won't even be able to get to it all, I don't think. The Jaden Daniels saga with LSU makes him just look like the biggest loser.
I want to talk about that in the third segment today, Connor.
Okay.
I want to.
We'll hold off till then. I mean, if you've ever heard me, I didn't buy into the hype the rookie year. I wouldn't say that. I was skeptical. Last year I was unsure. After this one, I might be out. And maybe his old Arizona State teammates had something. Maybe there's more to it. Maybe they were right. I thought for a while maybe he had the upper hand, but maybe they were right when they ripped apart his locker after he transferred to LSU. But right now, why don't we get into it, Duke? You ready for 3 rounds with Fenwick?
Want to ring the bell? All right. Ding, ding.
Round 1.
All right, fellas. Number 1, what is the crazier stat? You would have to add 1,183 hitless at-bats for Tony Gwynn to see his career batting average dip below 300. Or, based on percentages, Tom Brady is more likely to make a Super Bowl 45.5% of the time in his career than Steph Curry is to make a three-pointer 42.2% of the time of his career.
These are both incredible statistics.
They're mind-boggling.
Like, good on you, Josh, for finding these. I'm going to go with, and it's because I like one of these guys more than the other. Tony Gwynn.
Yeah.
1,183 to dip below 300. Like, that's incredible. Like, that would sink most guys' careers, let alone like already being that far above
going over 1,183.
That would take most guys from, like, you know, because to have that longevity that he had, like from a respectable 250 to like whatever it would be below 200. I think Tony Gwynn is one of the most underappreciated athletes.
Yeah.
Played with the Padres his whole career. That did not help him. We know the East Coast bias is alive. It's not their fault. They go to bed at 7 o'clock Pacific time. So they miss out on all the great things that he did. Hoffman would be another Padre great who probably didn't get the respect that he deserved. They're both incredible records, but for Tony Gwynn to do that, like, this guy was unbelievable. And I think he was a heck of a basketball player at college as well. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Tony Gwynn. Shout out him.
I'll jump on the other side of this, the Tom Brady fact. Like, Steph Curry is the most prolific three-point shooter in the history of basketball. And listen, he takes more threes. The game's taking more threes than ever. But guess what? He's still making them at a rate that we have never seen before in the sport. So that's impressive there. But you're taking how many threes a game, shooting just under 50%? Sure, that's cool. Good for you. You're obviously very talented. In an entire career, you're just under 50% chances of playing in a Super Bowl, in a sport that the quarterback, and keep in mind, a lot of this spent in a previous era where they were not nearly as protected as they are now. So the ability to stay healthy, manage a team, and, bring out the detractors of the fact that the defense carried his Patriots teams at several different times. That's all great. But guess what? He also went on to become, the most prolific passer, touchdown leader, all these numbers that show that he was obviously great. And the ability to win is one thing, but give your team a chance by getting to a Super Bowl 45.5% of the time. It's an unbelievable number. Even the biggest Brady haters and questioners cannot doubt that. To be able to stay that healthy and play as long as Brady did, and still, it's not 50% on a 2-year career. This is 50% on, what are we talking, a 20-year career? Was that his final? 22 seasons.
Until 45.
Absolutely unbelievable. So I agree with you about Gwynn being underappreciated and Connor underrated in the eons and annals of sports history, no doubt. But that Brady number is just absolutely insane.
It is, no doubt about it. And I mean, if I was to go bad again, it'd be like, well, he played on great teams. That
helps.
There's undeniable. You can't deny.
But then
it.
he did it on another team.
Tony Gwynn did it by himself. That Bucs team was great too. That pass rush.
It was really good. You got to give Brady credit for being able to sniff out the right team to go land to. He didn't go to Vegas.
Well, there was talk of like the Chargers,
right?
Yeah, and then he went to the Bucs. He knew what he was doing. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. That's incredible for him. What a amazing career. And I was a hater throughout most of it.
Connor, one more thing before we get to round 2. If I had 1,183 at bats against a major league pitcher, could I get a hit?
That many, yes.
Okay, yeah. All right. We finally settled that question.
With that amount, I think you could.
Thank God.
Round 2. Would you rather have a ticket to Barry Bonds crushing home run number 756, which became the all-time leader before he tacked on a couple more, or Game 7 of the 2016 NBA Finals?
I get to lead here. This is a good one. Another really good question. All of them today are excellent, Josh. I'll take Game 7 of the 2016 NBA Finals. The conclusion to the best comeback in basketball history from a series perspective, right? The only team to erase a 3-1 deficit in an NBA Finals.
Correct.
It's LeBron. It's Steph Curry. LeBron completing the feat with the hometown team. I get it. He took a lot of heat for leaving and going to Miami, the super team. But he came back and he actually delivered on the promise he made to the Cavalier fans and the city of Cleveland, state of Ohio, that I am going to win this team a championship. And he did it nearly single-handedly. That series was unbelievable. What the Warriors had accomplished, right? The 73 wins, coming up short, blowing the 3-1 lead. It's everything encapsulated, where with Bonds being at that one game, yes, you're on your edge of the seat, but only when he comes up to bat, right? To me, that takes away from it. And you're one of, 50,000 people? I guess not that many, because not everyone has a chance at the home run ball to catch it. No matter where in the stadium, you get to see the chase down block, the shots made. I think being there for a full basketball game where every second of it is important, as opposed to just waiting every 9 hitters in the second half of an inning to get the chance to see this historic home run.
Some people say you could just watch the last 5 minutes of a basketball game.
And I have been that person at different points in my life. No doubt about it.
I think the anticipation of Barry Bonds doing this the entirety of his career, waiting for it to happen. We knew he was going to get there eventually at some point, enhanced or not. I think seeing it once every 9 innings kind of adds to it, the anticipation, or every 9 batters, of when it's going to happen. Could this be the hit when it happens? And like the price people were paying, because you didn't know if that could be the night. We knew someone was going to win the LOB in Game 7. We didn't know necessarily if Barry would do it on that night and who was going to do it. And it was such a talking point leading up to it, like that entire season when he's getting closer and closer, right? So I will go with the Barry Bonds home run, despite my past criticism of the man. And
you say he shouldn't even be in the Hall of Fame.
Well, he's not in the Hall of Fame, so I guess I'm right.
Yes. You're never wrong. You're just early.
Yeah, I mean, I think his statistics put him in the Hall of Fame. How he got there will be some questions, but yeah, that one to me, that was something. I mean, I was on the edge of my seat for sure. It was history. LeBron had won a championship before. The Warriors had won a championship before 2016.
Well, that was for the three-peat, wasn't it?
No, this was
split up.
Yeah, because they won in 15, lost in 16, and then won 2.
Right.
Okay.
And we're going for the three-peat against the Raptors.
Technically, it split up the 4-peat.
Yes.
Yeah. But a modern day dynasty.
There's no doubt.
3 and 4,
no
right?
Doubt. And that's almost what makes the fact that the Cavaliers interrupted that with a team. They had good players like Kyrie Irving, but J.R. Smith was he on the team at that point, right?
I don't believe so.
No. Well, okay. Then J.R. Smith was the 3rd best player on the Cavaliers most of the time. Tells you how bad the rest of the team was. LeBron did it almost single-handedly. Kyrie Irving, very good player.
Well, hold on. You had Kevin Love, right? J.R. Smith was on the team.
The 16 team? Okay.
Dellavedova?
Oh, Delly. Aussie legend.
Channing Frye? Richard Jefferson?
Was Timofey Mozgov on that team?
You bet your
All
bottom
right.
dollar.
Shout out Timofey.
Ty Lue? I saw him in the Vegas airport once.
He was the coach.
Yeah, he was the coach. He was not playing basketball anymore.
But was he the coach? Or was LeBron the coach?
Oh.
Scholars still ask that question to this day.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll be asking it for a long, long time.
Final round.
All right, third and final of the day. What is the more iconic call? Is it from the 2013 Iron Bowl, the kick six? Auburn, Chris Jones, right? What's his name? I don't remember. I think it's Chris Jones or something. Runs a 106.
Craig Davis?
Craig Davis.
No,
there we go.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, Davis. Davis is going to win. Auburn's going to win the football game. 106 yards, or is it the Minneapolis Miracle?
Chris Davis.
Chargers legend.
Chargers legend.
Eric Weddle was asked about him at camp and like the return, and he's like, I don't care about college. Just like shut it down immediately. Do we have the clips? Can we
I got the clips. Do you want to pick your side and I'll play that one, and then I'll play mine when I pick my side?
Yeah, I mean, we could do that route as well. Give me the Minneapolis Miracle.
To save time, that's going to be where Keenum's going to try to work the ball on the boundary. Steps into it. Passes. Caught. Unbelievable. Vikings win.
What I think makes a really great call, the crowd ambiance adds to it, a voice crack, which was slightly in there, and that high energy, and especially to win a game in that fashion. I actually just saw a clip of Manti Te'o talking about that game because he was playing for the Saints at the time, and he said they left the field, but the extra point still had to be
kicked the extra point, right?
So they came out, and it was like Brian Morstead was on, like the punter was out there, and like he said, we're walking onto the field, and Case Keenum is leading the Viking clap, and he said like it was the worst thing ever.
Yeah,
I think it was the year after that they had the PI missed call against the Rams, so tough for them. But that call was incredible. That game, like to win in that fashion, Stephon Diggs, the moment ripping off the helmet, throw it into the crowd.
That's a flag now.
Yeah. Wouldn't have mattered.
Moves the extra point back.
Yeah, exactly. The players wouldn't have had to walk out quite as far. Both incredible calls. I know we're going to get to the kick six in a second here, but also talking with Declan, like I think I've become an Alabama football fan.
Really?
I haven't had.
Is it because they're not just dominant anymore?
Well, it would have been pretty poor for me to claim to be a fan.
Get on the bandwagon in the middle of their unprecedented run of dominance.
The boys and I used to always bet the over in those football games, so we always cheered for them. But I might be leaning that way, so maybe that's why I don't love the call,
because Alabama loses.
Well,
I will happily take the Iron Bowl radio broadcast call of the defeating the Crimson Tide.
Well, I guess if this thing comes up short, he can field it and run it out. All right, here we go. 56-yarder. Does not have the leg. And Chris Davis takes it in the back of the end zone. He'll run it out to the 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 45. There goes Davis. Oh, my God. Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game. Auburn's going to win the football game. He ran the missed field goal back. He ran it back 109 yards. They're not going to keep him off the field tonight. Holy cow.
The finish to that is honestly part of why this is a clear winner for me in between these two. They're not going to keep him off the field tonight. You got the color guy in on it, as well as it's clear that he's free and clear to find his way into the end zone, joining in with this is craziness, unbelievable. You get the crowd ambience. This is down at in Auburn or at Auburn, I should say. Excuse me. Both games had they mattered in the aftermath, right? Neither were regular season games. Like Auburn wins this to defeat Alabama. They get to go on and play in the SEC championship. They then go on to play in the national championship. They lose that. We know the Vikings obviously lost in the NFC championship game as well. So it's kind of tough to pick them apart in terms of importance of the call. But the excitement of the guys, it's a radio call. The description of it the whole way down the field is excellent for me. You get the crowd pop, as I mentioned, too. Both broadcasters in on it. And then, the final lineup, they're not keeping him off the field tonight. Just insanity. They were 10-point underdogs, I think, in the game, and they win it on the last play like that. Unbelievable. Cannot be topped. I think it's the best in the history of sport.
That was a crazy decision to go for it.
Whether you're a craft beer...
Where'd that come
The
from?
stack just started playing randomly by itself.
That's happened to me a few times. We'll go talk to engineering about that one. Yeah. Now, the Vikings call, was that Paul Allen?
No, that was Joe Buck.
We might have to give
the
Paul Allen
Paul
call
Allen radio call too. Maybe we'll circle back to that.
He's unbelievable.
It's also really good. Yeah.
I think was it the game? Oh, one of the ones where like Favre threw the interception at the end against the Saints. Like, no.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Yeah, that's so good.
This is the Super Bowl.
He's so good. He's an absolute legend on the mic. Okay, we'll take a break here. When we come back, we're going to continue our look around the NFL as we've been doing for the last couple of weeks here. We're going to head down to LA, talk some rounds with Blaine Grisak of Sports Illustrated. Is The Frenzy, brought to you by Wilhock Beef Jerky.
They're going all out to earn your business at Wolf GMC Buick. Right now, they're seriously overstocked on over 400 pieces of inventory on clearance and ready to move. See for yourself. Click on the clearance tab at wolfgmcbuick.com. And it gets even better. Employee pricing continues with huge cash discounts, 0% purchase financing, and low lease rates on select vehicles. Once again, see their website for details or stop in today. Wolf GMC Buick. We're making it easy.
Whether you're a craft beer connoisseur or more of a wine aficionado, there's always something new to discover at Sherbrooke Liquor, a unique, family-owned, independent liquor store. The selection? Incredible. The non-alcohol section is also very impressive. Sherbrooke Liquor, expert, knowledgeable staff with a passion for unique finds. More than just a liquor store, we're a community. Alberta's best, the one and only Sherbrooke Liquor. Wine, spirits, and oodles of beer. Visit SherbrookeLiquor.com.
Beer League Slow Pitch. It's an Alberta summer tradition.
I got shortstop. I'll take pitcher. Yeah, I'm just here for the dugout snacks.
When you're playing on the field, you need serious fuel. And there's only one MVP. Wilhock Beef Jerky. Load up on Alberta's best beef jerky and hit a home run with the team. It's the perfect snack for your summer sports.
Wilhock Beef Jerky, because you can't have summer fun with salad. Only available in Leduc.
Thinking of growing your business? In partnership with Prairie's Can, the Alberta Chambers of Commerce is helping businesses explore new opportunities, new markets, and build connections through organized trade missions across Canada. Find the right mission for you at abchamber.ca/trade missions.
Hi, Mike here from Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. Car shopping sucks. That's right. Going back and forth 100 times just to get a price. Give me your credit card for a test drive. What's all these extra fees? That sounds ridiculous. At Northgate, we do things a little differently. Good deals on new, pre-owned vehicles, good people, and a great selection. And don't forget about our employee pricing. Stop in and see us today, 13215 97th Street, or visit us online at northgategm.com.
You're in Northgate country. Tee up for a great day on the course and support the Stony Plain Eagles Senior Men's Hockey Club. It's the Stony Plain Eagles Golf Tournament. Gather your foursome and join the Eagles August 25th at the Links at Spruce Grove for a 2 p.m. shotgun start. Enjoy a fantastic afternoon of golf, great company, and friendly competition, all while supporting the Stony Plain Eagles. Get all the details and register today at stonyplaineagles.com.
Cantork has turned 25. That's right, 25 years of building tools so good, they practically torque themselves. Hard work and innovation equals problem solved. See our latest designs at cantork.com.
Quick opinions and fun times. The Frenzy with Halley and Douglas on Sports 1440. Presented by Wilhock Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
11:23. Welcome back. It is The Frenzy here on Sports 1440, brought to you by Wilhock Beef Jerky. Connor Halley, Brandon Douglas, Josh Fenwick with you here. This segment brought to you by Elks Nation. Check out the new website, elksnation.ca. Articles, podcasts, and more breaking down the green and gold, the most in-depth Double E football coverage. Go check it out, elksnation.ca. Give us a text as well, 1-833-401-1440. We are continuing our look around the NFL. We've gone alphabetical order. So we went down to LA yesterday, talked some Chargers. We're going to stay in LA and talk some Rams today as Blaine Grisak of SI joins us on the show. Blaine, good morning. How are you doing today?
Hey guys, how's it going? Thanks for having me on, and yeah, looking forward to talking some Rams football today with you guys.
Yeah, we really appreciate you joining us on this show. And I think the first question is going to be asked probably any interview you do, Aaron Donald, and obviously his return to the NFL. It seems like it's one of the worst kept secrets out there. But I want to ask you, I mean, when does this have to happen? The team does kick off their preseason against the Kansas City Chiefs on Saturday. I believe it's a 2:00 Mountain Time start. Aaron Donald is a freak, and I mean that in the kindest possible way. We know he can get out there, but he hasn't played football in a couple of years. So when do you think they need to get him out there at the latest to make sure he's ready to go in the regular season?
Yeah, I don't think there's really a definitive timeline here. I think if Aaron Donald says he wants to come back, the Rams are going to say, "Oh no, it's too late. Sorry." But I do think they obviously just kind of based on reports and things like that. I think this is one of those things where Aaron Donald's not going to come back in week 8, week 10, whatever for a playoff run. If he comes back, it's going to be he's going all in. He's come back before week 1, and there has been speculation it could be by the end of this week, end of next week. I do think it's to be sooner rather than later. Like you kind of said, it feels like only a matter of when, not if he comes back. And I do think he's back. He's back before week 1, and I would guess maybe kind of, but right before, right after that second preseason game.
Defensive coordinator Chris Shula has to be licking his chops here with this team. Obviously, you go out, you get Myles Garrett to bring back Aaron Donald. The team already had a very solid defense, but then kind of an upgrade in the cornerback room as well with Trent McDuffie and Jalen Warren both coming over from the Kansas City Chiefs defense. So they've got a long history of winning. What are your expectations for this defensive unit going into the season?
Yeah, I think it could be probably like a top 5 unit in the NFL. I think that's their ceiling, and arguably, with Myles Garrett, Trent McDuffie, Jalen Watson, they could arguably and you had Aaron Donald in the mix there too. They could be, the top defensive unit in the NFL. This is a team that last year, like you said, that they kind of I think exceeded expectations a little bit in the first half of the season, and then teams kind of started to pick on their cornerbacks a little bit as the pass rush wasn't getting this home as frequently, and then like they go out, they sign Trent McDuffie and Jalen Watson, who both have experience with the Chiefs, and McDuffie kind of gives them similar versatility that he can play in the slot or outside, similar to what Jalen Ramsey did back in 2020, 2021. So yeah, I think that they addressed their biggest needs last year and are really pushing to get Matthew Stafford a shot at a second Super Bowl before he retires.
Looking at the offensive side of the ball, Blaine, obviously you mentioned Matthew Stafford there, and there were some health concerns going back to last season. Obviously, they weren't really a big thing, but I want to ask you, just 40 years old, obviously coming off the MVP season, what are your thoughts on the offensive line and the job they can do to keep him upright?
Yeah, I think as long as this group can stay healthy, they were one of the better offensive lines last year, and as long as they can stay healthy, I think those are the expectations again heading into this year. They Warren McClendon at right tackle is going into the season as the week 1 starter for the first time in his career. So I think that's maybe their biggest question mark. But and I do think they have some decent depth with Justin Diedrich at guard got experience last year. They drafted Keegan Trost in the 3rd round, so there is depth there. But the most important thing is for that group to stay healthy, and as long as they are healthy, I think that Matthew Stafford and Sean McVay will be happy.
Talking all things LA Rams with Blaine Grisak from SI down in SoCal. So offensively, obviously, Matthew Stafford, continues to defy the odds at his age, being as productive coming off the MVP season. But his pass catchers, we know the top 2 guys in Puka Nacua and then Devontae Adams, particularly inside the red zone, pose a huge threat to whomever, whatever defense they're up against. But after that, and this is a very crowded tight end room, and Sean McVay has been trying to do his latest revolutionary move in how he utilizes his tight ends. Do you see this as being a real rotating cast at the tight end spot and a lot of 2 guys on the field type situations or maybe even 31 personnel?
I think it's definitely be tight and heavy. It's kind of something they leaned into towards the middle of last season, and something that I think they're going to lean into again this year. And I don't necessarily think they have a hierarchy here in their tight end room. They released their initial depth chart yesterday, and they had all top 4 guys listed as starters. I think if there is a pass catcher to watch and somebody who could have a breakout season, I think Terrence Ferguson is certainly that guy as he goes into year 2. He really gives them he has the size of a tight end, but can kind of move like a wide receiver. So he's a huge mismatch in the secondary. So I definitely expect him to be a big part of the passing game. And then Colby Parkinson kind of came on last year, and I think it was offensive coordinator Nate Shieldhouse said last week that they kind of see these guys as interchangeable. And I don't necessarily think there's a pecking order here, but I think they're excited about all 4 guys.
And then kind of ponying off of that, but moving more off field to, the ponying off Stafford a little bit. The decision to draft Ty Simpson where they did, maybe instead of getting one of there were a lot of receivers available in the first round to further shore up that group. And we know how they showed up defensively in free agency and via trade. But, what was the actual reception around LA and around the organization, fan base, et cetera, in your eyes, Blaine, to the decision to go to Simpson when they did in this past draft?
Yeah, I think it was definitely a surprise. Like you said, there were players available there, like Mekhi Lemon, who went to USC, was a fan favorite. I think fans would have been stoked had they drafted Lemon. But I think you just kind of look at where this team is going into this year, and they're a Super Bowl favorite. And I don't think this is a team that necessarily wants to be relying on rookies at any point during the season. And we just talking, they're kind of moving towards this. Leaning into a heavier tight end set. So I think that this has been a 3 wide receiver team in the past under Sean McVay, but I don't think that's going to be the case necessarily this year. And so that kind of lessens the value on the 3rd wide receiver in the offense. So I don't think people were necessarily happy at the time. I think they've become more understanding of it as time has passed. And I think that just this team they're projected to be good almost every season, and you're not going, even next year, what's projected to be a really good quarterback class. You're not going to get a top quarterback prospect dropping to 28, 29, 30, potentially 32 in the draft. So being in the top 15, having the chance to grab Ty Simpson, it was, in my opinion, it was the correct move.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good move long term as long as he develops properly. And I think with Sean McVay, that makes a lot of sense. As Blaine Grisak joining us here on the Frenzy, covers the Rams with Sports Illustrated. Now, Blaine, just a couple more before we let you go here. I want to ask about the backfield because we really saw Blake Corum take steps in year 2 in the NFL. Kyren Williams, though, still had a heck of a season. Are you expecting there to be maybe a closing of the gap when it comes to carries with these 2 guys, or do you think the majority will still go to Kyren Williams?
Yeah, I think the gap is certainly going to close. I do think this team absolutely loves Kyren Williams. They like what he's able to do. Between the tackles, he's really good in pass protection. He's shown he's a little bit underrated as a pass catcher. But like you said, Blake Corum really came onto the team last year. That duo almost combined for 2,000 yards. And Blake Corum kind of added a nice little creativity and explosiveness that Kyren Williams just simply doesn't have. And I think this team is really excited about what Blake Corum can do. And I don't necessarily think it's going to be a 50-50 split, but I could definitely see it being closer to maybe 55% of carries go to 55 to 60% of carries go to Kyren, and the rest going to Corum.
Now, one more before we let you go here, and Puka Nacua, of course, one of the best receivers in the NFL, and we're waiting to see when that next contract will hit. We saw a guy who had comparable stats and won the Offensive Player of the Year, Jackson Najigba, with the Seahawks, get a big deal. Do you have any expectations on when a contract might be signed for Puka?
Yeah, I wouldn't expect anything this offseason, for sure. Just kind of everything going on with him off the field, his ongoing legal situation. I think the Rams are kind of going to sit back and let that play out before anything happens. I think the absolute soonest something that would happen would be towards the end of the regular season, a similar timeline to last year when they extended Quentin Lake. But I think realistically, you're looking at next offseason. Puka Nacua has said that he wants to be in Los Angeles long term. I think the Rams realize that they have one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. If they don't pay him, somebody else is going to. So, I think realistically, you're looking at next offseason with his contract.
Awesome stuff, Blaine. Appreciate it. Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
There you go. Blaine Grisak covering the Rams for Sports Illustrated. You can give a follow on X at BG Media on SI. And expectations got to be very high for this team. MTR says, all this to get dog walked in Australia. Man, I hate that they're making...
I didn't know they handed out the Super Bowl in Australia in the first week of the season.
Well, I hate that they're playing this game in Australia. I love Australia.
You're an Australian guy, though.
Well,
like you're pro Australia.
Yeah, I got no issue with Australia, but why? Why do we have to make these guys fly
It's called
So
growing the game, Connor. Ever heard of it?
It's not going to grow the game.
If you listen to me and In or Out today, I want them to play a game in South Africa next at the big cricket stadium. It's sick. It's like right on the edge of these mountains.
Well, send your Texans down there.
Okay.
Long flight.
They'll love it. What do you care? Chargers aren't going.
They went to Rio de Janeiro or Sao Paulo last year.
And they made the playoffs.
If I don't like it and I don't have a horse in the race, that just means I'm impartial.
Nah.
That's a long way to go.
It is.
To start the season? I know they get...
Well, they're not going to do it mid-season.
Well, they should do it never. That's what they should do. I don't like it. But hey, that's just growing the game. Those
the game that needs grown so much.
40,000. Yeah, the $1 billion industry. They don't have enough money coming in from Australia, so they got to go down there and get that next. Yeah. Cool experience for the guys, but geez Louise, long game. I know the Chargers and Niners are going to have a joint practice. Thank gosh it's in LA. I would not want my boys heading up to Santa Clara
substation.
So we're like, I think the Titans are doing a practice with the Niners.
Oh, they
right
should
now.
Be scared.
And they practice. Yeah, they put them on the field right beside it.
They wrapped them all in tinfoil before they played. Just like what's his name in Better Call Saul.
Oh, they did?
The brother. Yeah, he like has this phobia that he's allergic to magnetic fields. So he walks around and like we call it a space blanket.
Okay.
Turns out he's faking.
What was the shot they did? What was that horse one? Ivermectin?
That was as a vaccine.
Yeah, maybe they got to give them that into their blood to
that'll help
counteract these waves. Fake. Watch the new podcast. What are you talking about, MTR? The conspiracy?
I'm just leaning into it because I frankly find it funny.
I am with you too. I mean, if it's not that, maybe you got to find a new strength and conditioning coach to
something is amiss.
Work on those things, but it's a fun storyline, even if the Niners hate it. We'll take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk some Jaden Daniels. We're going to get the Minneapolis Miracle radio call because I think it's important to hear that one as well. And we'll take your text 1-833-401-1440. It's the Frenzy here on Sports 1440. YouTube, Facebook, X, Instagram, Twitch. Brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky.
At Papa John's, we know it's not just a pizza. It's a family gathering. A happy birthday. A special celebration. Or just a sigh of relief at the end of a busy day. For a limited time, get large one-topping pizzas for only $14.99 each on original, thin, or New York-style crust. Use promo code L1499 at papajohns.ca or on the Papa John's app. Get yours today. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's.
And here comes Action Electrical Service Team sprinting onto the scene. These are your first responders for any electrical emergency.
That's right. With their fleet of service vans and specialized gear, they assess, they service, and maintain electrical lighting and automation systems. They're all about rapid response.
Quick diagnostics and repairs to restore power and safety fast. Hire the Action Electrical team to bring home a win for your project. Visit actionelectrical.net.
Ford employee pricing is on now, and you pay what we pay on virtually our entire lineup of Ford vehicles. Visit your Alberta Ford store today.
When your project can't afford downtime, call Japa Equipment Rentals. From excavators and wheel loaders to compaction equipment, Japa has the machines you need. Trusted since 1972. Visit japaequipment.com or stop our Edmonton or Calgary locations.
At GS Construction, we won't quit until we find a way to get the job done. And the right person makes all the difference. We're looking for our next superintendent, an experienced leader ready to take on the role. Because while GS Construction is building the water, sewage, and drainage systems Edmonton communities rely on, the superintendent is building up the team. If you know how to keep a job site safe, productive, and moving, we want to hear from you. Visit gsconstruction.ca/careers today.
Founded by a former pro motorsports competitor, Evolve Wheels and Tires brings decades of experience in custom wheels, lowering kits, lift kits, and accessories. Visit Evolve Wheels and Tires in West Edmonton, Edmonton's premium wheel specialists. Evolve your ride, evolve your experience.
From the first pitch to the final out, catch Toronto Blue Jays baseball games live right here. Don't miss a moment of Blue Jays baseball this season. Sports 1440 is proud to be the home of Blue Jays baseball.
This summer, cheer on your favorite teams at Sully's Sports Bar and Lounge. Never a bad seat in the house with tons of big screens. Plus, Sully's Big League menu has it all. Small bites and big bites, game day food and drink features, something for everyone. From the gridiron to the diamond, this is the place to catch all the action all summer long. Sully's Sports Bar and Lounge at all 3 Century Casino locations, Edmonton, St. Albert, and Century Mile.
Every day is game day at Century Casino.
Legacy Heating and Cooling is your #1 air conditioning company. So when you can't take living in oppressive heat any longer,
Call Legacy. Call Legacy.
if your hot, sticky sheets keep you up all night,
Call Legacy. Call Legacy.
if you've decided that you deserve to be cool and comfortable,
Call Legacy. Call Legacy.
and with no payments, no interest for 1 year, it could only be Legacy Heating and Cooling.
The Frenzy with Halley and Douglas on Sports 1440. Brought to you by Wilhuck Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
It's 11:40. Welcome back to the Frenzy here on Sports 1440. Brought to you by Wilhuck Beef Jerky, the home of Alberta's best beef jerky. Online, willhawkbeefjerky.com. MTR clarifying Pablo Torre. Oh, wow. Very familiar with Pablo. I like Pablo. I used to watch him on he'd fill in on PTI. Was he ever on Around the Horn? I'm not sure, but yeah, we know Pablo. We know there's probably no correlation, MTR, but it is fun just to speculate. I'm a conspiracy theory guy, so I'm into it.
What's your number one?
Number one that I believe in, or like
yeah, okay, one that you believe in.
Oh, I don't even know. I find like DB Cooper's a fun one.
That's just a mystery. Like, what's the conspiracy theory?
Well, we don't know. That's the problem. The inside job ones are interesting.
Well, yeah, that's okay. So my number one is that the CIA killed Kennedy.
Yeah. What with the moon landing? You like that one?
No, that happened. Now, was the footage that we were shown actual footage from them landing on the moon? That I'm willing to hear people out on, but we definitely went to the moon, like as humans. In 1969.
I'm unsure. Who's the astronaut that wouldn't swear on the Bible? Neil Armstrong.
Maybe he just doesn't like the Bible. Maybe he's
Why
Jewish.
wouldn't you do it if you have nothing to hide? And why haven't we gone back?
We have.
We need more proof. Then people would just believe it. We could end it.
Let's live stream. We have this capability now. Live stream. Elon Musk going on the moon.
Yeah. And then everyone's like, okay, well, we did it. Cool.
Except the people that hate Elon Musk, which some of it's certainly warranted.
They'll say he faked it.
He faked it. And that'll be the other side of it, probably. So then no one believes anything now.
We send the fakers up. The people who think it's fake. And they got to do it. Hot salsa. Why does MTR get so much love on this program? He's a loser that cheers for a loser program. That's salsa. MTR gets love because MTR texts in. If you text in, we'll read your texts. Nikki Northside says, not a chance they landed on the moon. See?
Oh, so that convinces you. There we go. We have one text and Connor's like, all right, I believe.
Well, there's one. There's a non-believer out there.
There's lots of non-believers
saying,
out there.
It's a good conspiracy when you get into some of the things.
The nuts and bolts of it.
MTR says, who does hot salsa like? Well, I don't know.
I think he's a Vikings fan if my memory serves me correctly, but I could be mistaken.
Oh. Okay, speaking of the Vikings, do you have the Allen? Is it
I
Paul
do, yeah.
Allen?
Yeah, Paul Allen.
He's the legendary voice of the Minnesota Vikings. His calls, if you can ever get a compilation, are hilarious. This is how it sounded when he called the Minneapolis Miracle.
On the left, Marshawn Lattimore, 12 yards from Adam. Case on a deep drop, steps up in the pocket. He'll fire to the right side. Caught by Dean. Stay Are you kidding me? Step on this. And the New Orleans Saints. It's a
He had to say it twice because the color guy kind of spoke over him the first time he said
stepped
it.
on his line. And also incorrect. They didn't walk it off. They had to kick the extra point.
Exactly. You had to go kick off the extra point, bring out Manti Te'o and the rest of the New Orleans Saints who are absolutely hating it. It's hey. I like that call. I think anytime you get their radio guys, it's just they're a little more biased, of course. They're with the team all the time, and it's more, you're a homer, but great call. Trailer Park Ryan says, I hate you guys for playing that. You're being shut off for 30 minutes just for that.
Well, no, good. Yeah, Low Tide can bear the punishment for our sins.
Yeah, don't punish LT for that one. That was a good call, though. Hot Salsa says, hey, MTR, I'll put $100 on the game in Mexico City, Vikings versus Niners, and we have to donate the winnings. Are you going to do it? Skol. Go Vikes. Eat it, MTR. Man up. There you go. $100 charity bet thrown out there from Hot Salsa to MTR. Playbook Vic also just threw it out there. You guys going to be taking money soon for the for the fantasy league? Yeah, we'll have more info on that probably tomorrow. We'll have a graphic out there on social media, but yeah, if you did want to get in on it early, I will document it. It's going to be $20 a entry. You can enter as many times as you want, but you can only field one team. So if you put in 1,000 entries and you get drawn first, we'll take the rest of your entries out. But that would definitely make it a little tougher. Man, the MTR beef is like rolling in here. Triple C in a truck says, I doubt MTR can scrounge up enough change in his couch in his mom's basement for that bet. MTR had a really funny text about the quarterbacks for the Minnesota Vikings. To make things better, you guys should now play the call from when the Saints picked off Brett Favre to win the NFC Championship. Do it. If Duke can find it, I would love that call because it's also hilarious. This is the Super Bowl. This
is a throwaway game in Detroit.
He's so good. He's one of the best, no doubt about it. When you get the preseason games against the Vikings and it's their radio team doing the TV call, it's so fun because it's so biased. So you would only listen to it, if you're a Vikings fan, so you'd love it. MTR says $100 charity bet. That was the one thrown down there by Hot Salsa. Is that what Mild Salsa said?
Okay, I got the Favre call.
Okay,
Favre goes back to pass. He pumps. Now he fires over the middle. Intercepted. I can't believe what I'm seeing right now. It was intercepted by Tracy Porter near side to the 40, and John Sullivan runs him down at the 47-yard line. You've got to be kidding me. I can't believe what I just saw. Looking at that play, he should have just held on to a call. He should have. He could have easily gotten 5 or 6 yards if he would have just pulled that thing down and dove forward. But why do you even ponder passing? I mean, you can take a knee and try a 56-yard field goal. This is not Detroit, man. This is the Super Bowl.
And it's intercepted. I can't believe it.
Oh, man. But that was very well handled. He said what he said. He stopped. Color guy jumps in, gives the explanation, and then he gets back into it. He is an absolute beauty when it comes to the Minnesota Vikings play-by-play. Hot also says, beep off. That's brutal. But follows up with Paul Allen is the best. He's so great. He is solid. MTR is in for the charity deal between Hot Salsa, or Mild Salsa, as he's called, and MTR. $100. They say the Frenzy chooses the charity. Well, we got to remember this one. We got to jot this down. It's the game in Mexico City.
The Human Fund.
The Human Fund, yeah. You'll buy us lunch for a week if we can do this. Okay, very quickly, we got a little more time here.
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels, for those who didn't hear it yesterday, one of the wildest stories. This guy obviously won a Heisman with the Louisiana State Tigers.
El Tigre.
Wearing number 5, I believe.
Yeah, that's right.
Didn't win a natty.
JD5.
JD5 obviously propelled him to be a top pick in the NFL draft, 2nd overall to the Commanders.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, neither here nor there. Yesterday, we found out that he's mad that someone else is wearing his number.
And as a result, sent a cease and desist letter to LSU saying, you cannot use my name, image, and likeness for your school anymore. And that was born out of, like you said, essentially upset. They gave number 5 to sophomore cornerback DJ Pickett to wear this season?
If I'm LSU, I say, okay, thumbs up, cool.
Yeah,
and just take down all his stuff. Fine.
And be like, congrats, you're now an ASU alumni.
Yeah. That's fine. We helped you win that Heisman. Don't forget that.
Yeah, do you think you would have won that at ASU?
No chance.
Doubt it.
Who are his receivers at LSU?
Malik Neighbors.
And Brian Thomas Jr., I believe?
Right.
Yeah. Pretty good players. This is absolutely crazy to me. Like,
it's a joke. Very few college numbers get retired, period. Correct?
Well,
and a lot of
Colorado.
And a lot of them, even if they're retired, they actually, it's kind of like what the Canadians do, because you have so many players, like they're honored, but players still wear them because there's only so many numbers players can wear. And especially in college football, when you have so many roster spots, they already wear the same, like, double up numbers, offense and defense, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? Like, do you genuinely believe winning a Heisman Trophy gives you the right to say no one at this school should ever wear my number again? And his precedent is like, well, no one's worn Joe Burrow's number since then. Okay, that's fine. Have they told people not to wear number 9? Or is no one really ready to try and duplicate what Joe Burrow did? Which, by the way, entirely dwarfs what Jaden Daniels did as a member of the Tigers. And it's not close.
He won a natty.
Quarterback's just one player, just one position on a team and an ultimate team sport like football. But historic numbers, arguably the best season in college football history. We debated it on In or Out one day. Should take their offense or the Gators defense, I think. Was that one of our topics? Doesn't matter. National champions. That is deserving of nobody wearing. Like, if you're going to retire a number, to me, that crosses the threshold of being worth it. Jaden Daniels, you're a great player. I expect you have a pretty good bounce back season this year with the Commanders. Maybe not so much now. Laramie Tunsil is not going to be available. Pretty important position. But to think that is worthy, just winning someone wins a Heisman Trophy every year. Now someone wins a national championship every year. Sure. It doesn't compute in my brain that he thinks that is alone worth it.
3 players on the LSU football program have had their number retired. Mr. Everything, Jerry Stovall. That was the last one to do it, 2018, before Joe Burrow won his big trophy, Heisman. Tommy Casanova in 2009. He played there in the 70s. And then a guy who played in the 50s, Billy Cannon, his number retired in 1960. Like, this isn't
we're talking not even once a generation.
Yeah.
It's once every several generations.
They don't just hand these out. Some schools do it a little bit quicker than others, right? But
Colorado.
Michigan will do it pretty well. They one of the quicker ones. Yes. Colorado 100% will just, you play a couple decent years there, you get drafted, and apparently you get your number retired. Fresno State, pretty quick to retires. Both Derek and David Carr. Lorenzo Neal, who should be in the Hall of Fame. Devontae Adams, Trent Dilfer. But LSU does not have a history of doing so. Like, they haven't retired a player who's played in 50 years. So to me, like, you could be mad about this one, but I think you just got to internalize it and just let it be. Because if I'm LSU, we would say a top 5 program in college football, top 10 at the least.
Sure.
They don't care. Okay, cool, man. Like, we'll take down your stuff. We'll stop selling your jerseys. Fine. We'll make tons of money. People would buy Joe Burrow jersey gears instead, or Malik Neighbors, or Brian Thomas, or heck, Jacob Hester. How far back can we go with some of these players that have played at that school and have gone on to have great NFL careers?
Did Booger McFarland play there?
No, I don't know. Booger was drafted before I was really geeking. Dwayne Bowe. How about Jamarcus Russell? Buster Davis. Odell Beckham Jr.
And
Jarvis
Orgeron.
Landry. Did he play there?
I don't.
Did he buy his jacket or something?
Coach jersey. Booger played at LSU.
But there you go. Another one. You can go through it. They've had so many players. Oh, the cornerbacks that they've brought out, right?
Derek Stingley.
Patrick Peterson,
right?
Is he LSU? Anyways. Yeah, Chase, Jefferson, like, there's just so many. And I wonder just how many guys look at him differently. Like, are you kidding me? Shaq from MTR. Shaq played there.
Well, his number is retired, actually.
Well, he used the big Aristotle, right? I wonder who else.
Great nickname.
I was just fun on the topic of nicknames. I was on Brady's Pro Football Reference. Have you heard of these nicknames?
Oh, boy.
The Pharaoh?
Nope.
Comeback Kid?
No.
Touchdown Tom?
No.
Tom Terrific?
Yeah, I think I've heard that one. Maybe not specifically to Tom Brady, but sure, let's include it.
It's like Larry Legend. Goat?
I guess.
TB12, I mean, that's a diet, not a nickname. Anyways, lots of fun here. Coming up next, we got the Lowdown with Low Tide. Today is Thursday. Bagged milk? Beautiful. Then on the Jason Greger Show, 2 to 6, we've got Jim Vandermeer, one-time member of the Edmonton Oilers, now getting into the coaching ranks with the Vancouver Giants. We'll talk to Jim. We've got David Owens from Sherbrooke Liquor. Kevin Carius, of course, once again for the Spec Report. We got stats of the day, roundtable, lots coming up here. And then no Blue Jays baseball today because the Jays are going to get going in about an hour and, let's just say 15 minutes as they try to make it 4 straight. Duke, does it happen? Can the Jays do it? 4 straight wins over the Red Sox?
Why not?
And the Red Sox are kind of slumping right now, too.
Yep. They are.
How far will they fall? And also, when does Vlad get a home run? Gregor had a feeling it was yesterday.
I saw that. What's that acronym stand for?
What was it?
I thought you'd seen it.
Not so obvious prediction.
That's what I pieced it together to mean, but the actual letters didn't add up to. I couldn't figure out what every letter actually meant.
So obvious game day
prediction.
Yeah.
Okay, that might make sense.
And it was a Vlad home run. I might go for today and see if
I almost put a sprinkle on that via Gregor's tweet. Glad I did. It said I just had Jays money line.
Nailed it. All right, that music means we are done right now, though. Before we hand things over to Low Tide, we'll get to a Sports 1440 update with the Duke, brought to you by the Edmonton Elks. Kick off the second half of the season with a 5-game ticket pack and get a $25 voucher. Get your half-season pass today at goelks.com/tickets. Edmonton Elks, our city, our year.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
Week 11 in the CFL kicking off tonight down the highway. Stampeders hosting the BC Lions. First pitch coming kickoff coming at 7 o'clock. And off the field ahead of tomorrow night's game with the Bombers taking on the winless Ottawa Redblacks. Winnipeg announcing that Zach Claros will return as the team's starting quarterback for the match. Olivia, a game time decision at running back. Lighter day in the majors with just 9 games total, including the Blue Jays wrapping up their set against the Red Sox. Max Scherzer will take the hill. First pitch coming just after 1 o'clock. Elsewhere, a couple games already underway, including the Pirates and Marlins. Scoreless in the top of the 4th. End of the 3rd, Tigers lead Cleveland 1-0. White Sox up on Cincinnati 4-3 in the top of the 3rd. And after 1, it's zeros between the Yankees and Mariners. Still to come, Cubbies in Washington. Angels up against the Rangers. And the Twins and Phillies will play this year's Field of Dreams game from the Cornfield Field at Iowa. First pitch 5:30. Catch that game on Netflix. Coming up on Sports 1440, it is the Lowdown with Low Tide. I'm Brandon Douglas, Thicker Sports 1440 Update.